Hello, everyone. Orchestrating with a Laugh with Angelo. Here with the Coach to Owner podcast series. So the goal of this series is to speak to people in our network who have gone from sports coaches to business owners. And we're here today with one of our network's highest performing people, most successful people, and that is Leon Howard. Also here with Angelo, the founder of Superstar Sport. How you say, Angelo? You all good?
Oh, great. How are you, Billy?
Wicked. Having a good day.
We were great, and we were great before we started, and we're great now. It's all great.
Love it. Love the positivity. Today's goal is Leon. We want to get to understand your journey a bit better, get to learn about business ownership from the eyes of someone who's run a business from ground zero in the franchising world, and understand your journey at Superstar Sport. And the goal is, as much as I love to talk, my challenge today is not to talk too much and to be a listener from yourself. So over to you, Leon, if you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself to start with.
Yeah, cool. So my name's Leon, and yeah, I'm a director of Superstar Sport Midlands. Actually own around 5 territories now at Superstar Sport, and it's been a journey. I'm not going to lie, it's been an absolute journey from starting in 2017 to now in 2025, going through COVID, and just been a right journey. But we're probably at the best level that we've been at. So I'm really interested in telling my story, really.
Wicked. Sounds great. Obviously, the journey with Superstar Sport started before 2017, didn't it? Because obviously I know we were colleagues back, which seems a lifetime away, about 10 years ago, at the head office, before we were even a franchise model, recruited by the man himself, Mr. Ciccarelli. What do you remember of Leon in them early days, Angelo?
I just remember hard work, work ethic, positivity, hunger, passion for working with children, passion for earning an income, of course, as well. And just getting up each day, doing what you do, mate. Your journey's incredible. Yeah. Incredible. And the risks you took. And it'd be great to discuss some of those things today.
Brilliant. Yeah. Completely agree.
What about you, Bill?
Yeah, working with Leon was brilliant. I remember someone who was just hungry for success from day one. The first time I met him, it was just, there's somebody, a colleague there that was, for me, inspirational, because it was someone who just wanted to be successful all the time. People that want to be super successful can be annoying sometimes, because they genuinely, mate, because it's like you constantly are fighting for the next thing. You always want to go again. It's a brilliant trait to have. And you'll find in life that people will either go with you on that journey or you'll outgrow people. And it was brilliant that I got to go with you on the journey, which was great, and is definitely inspiration for me. So let's just touch base firstly. So the industry that we work in, working with children kind of aged 18 months all the way through that primary sector. What was it that made you go, look, I'm gonna get involved in the industry before even Superstar Sport? What was it that made you think, look, I want to be involved with working with children in sport, in physical activity?
Yeah, so now we're going back to school pretty much. Me at school didn't really get on, in all honesty. Didn't get the best GCSEs and found a passion in PE. And that is what I was good at. So maths, English, science, I think they're great, and I think they're really, really important. However, that just didn't tick my boxes, unfortunately. So what I did is I excelled in PE. I was probably one of the best performers in PE at school. And I went to college, and I didn't do A-levels. I went to college and put my focus all on sport. Everything on teaching. So I went to college to do sport, went to university to do sport, and then as soon as I came out of university, it was my aim to get into the sporting industry, whether that was up in Newcastle where I was applying for jobs or down in Portsmouth where I was applying for jobs. I didn't care where I was going to live. I just knew that I wanted to be in sport. I knew that I needed a job, and I needed to work with children, and I need to get children fit, active and healthy, which is what we're currently doing now. So that's where the journey kind of started. That's where my passion came from. And then as I finished university, I applied for jobs up and down the country, as mentioned. And I applied for a job at Super Sport back then, actually, Super Sport. And applied for a job on UK Sport, I believe, back in the day, UK Sport. And I had an interview. I travelled all the way from Leicester, all the way to Waltham Abbey in Essex, Hertfordshire, Essex. And yeah, I came for the interview on a Wednesday night at 8 p.m, I think it was. Travelled away from Leicester, and for a short 10, 15-minute interview. It was a bit mad now, if you think about it. like, who would do that?
Yeah.
Who would travel from Leicester for an interview, for a 10-minute interview that potentially could have done online? I don't actually thinking about it back in them days.
Was Zoom available then? I don't know.
It
Back
just
in
weren't even a thing, was
No,
it?
no.
It's actually a really good point.
Yeah, mental, yeah.
We just weren't using that sort of
had no
technology
choice but to
back
drive
then.
down back then. Yeah,
No
yeah.
choice but to borrow my mum's car and drive down. Because I didn't have a car at the time. So just borrow my mum's car, drive down for a 10-minute interview and drive back, not actually knowing whether I got the job that night.
Yeah, yeah.
So I drove back and I got a call from Angelo himself the next day, inviting me to a second stage. I've got to travel down again. That was what I was thinking. Mum, I've got to go again. So I had to go all the way back down, but luckily it wasn't as far as Waltham Abbey. It was only Enfield. Still about an hour and 45, 2 hours. But this is the Saturday after,
Yeah.
which I did my second stage interview. I think I was with the 4 to 7 year olds, which was my age group anyway. The ones that I'm enthusiastic about and the ones that I can really teach. I did a short, it was a 1 hour full session. Maybe I was a cover coach for the week. I'm not sure, but I did the 1 hour full session. It went really, really well. I didn't actually get the feedback on the day. I believe Chris gave me the feedback the following day or this Monday after, which is when Angelo gave me a call on the Monday to basically see whether I was up for the move, because it wasn't just a simple, here's the job, here's the hours, you can start. It's actually, are you willing to move down to Hertfordshire? Are you willing to move away from your family? Are you willing to come down? And it was kind of like that. Are you willing to do the big jump? Which when I confirmed I was, that's when I was offered the position. Back then it wasn't as like we was very much, you kind of you get paid for what you pay for what you work.
Yeah.
So it's very much like a self-employed contract. So you work 10 hours, you get paid for 10 hours.
Yeah.
That's what we did. So I did take a massive gamble. I think I stayed in hotels for the first 2 weeks. And yeah, really, really worked hard. Trying to get full time, because if I didn't get full time in 4 weeks, which I mentioned to Angela on the phone, I wouldn't have been able to live. I couldn't move down. I didn't share a room. I actually went on spare room and got a room in like a house full of professional people, and really worked hard. And I was probably the most annoying person in Superstar Sport, because I was knocking on Angie's door every day, knocking on Chris, who was the operations manager back in the day, knocking on his door. I need more hours. If you've got birthday parties on a weekend, I'll deliver them.
Yeah.
I just need money.
Yeah.
I need money to live. I need money to be able to continue this journey.
Well, look, let's hold fire there, because that is like brilliant.
incredible, yeah.
Brilliant. So let's clarifying that you were living in Leicester, you was living in the Midlands, you finished at university, you was looking for roles within sports coaching because that was your passion. That's what you wanted to do. That was your why. You wanted to work in sport. What's your chosen sport? You love football, don't you, Leon? Is that where you're at?
So football is my main passion.
Yeah.
I'm a big Chelsea fan. So what actually swayed me towards moving down to Hertfordshire, London, is it's closer to Chelsea. In all honesty, I had a season ticket back in the day, so it was very much like, actually, if I lived in Hertfordshire, I could go to Chelsea every week. And I actually thought it was around the corner, because I thought everything's around the corner in London, and realised it's still an hour and a half drive down to Chelsea. So it wasn't around the corner, but it enabled me to go Chelsea more, which was brilliant. Which was my passion on the weekend as well, which is great. And that's kind of...
Well, it's just like sport is such a driver for you. And what I love about the courage or the decision you've made there is that it's all driven by your passion. Look, I'm not necessarily looking for the highest paid position. I'm not looking for to jump 10 steps immediately. I'm willing to start here in my passion, with my passion, because I know I'm going to then grow. And the reason you've grown so quickly is because of that work ethic. Can I work weekends? Can I do birthday parties? Can I learn? Can I keep knocking on the business owner's door to try and move forward? And we were having a conversation this morning, weren't we, about lateness, like young people today and lateness. And actually, some young people accept lateness. Like, I'm going to be late, so I'm going to be late. Whereas, can you do everything you can at all times to have the highest standards? And ultimately, is something that you showed at such a like a young age within your like business life and your career is wicked, is absolutely brilliant. And when I think about how successful you are now as a business owner, we can talk about all the numbers and data in the world, but that's the reason why. Like, that's the magic for me. That's the magic, which is absolutely fantastic. What was it like meeting a young Leon?
Just a bit, yeah. I mean, to be honest, back in the day where we didn't have any real kind of you know, processes on recruitment or anything like that. It was just like somebody's applied, let's offer them. Their CV looks good. I think I saw in your CV that it said something about Oxford University, which I misread because it was Oxford Brookes, and I thought, I got a guy from Oxford. He wants to join Superstar Sport. It's amazing. Let's interview him. Not looking at where you were located, like, you know, anything else really. Giving you that interview. You've come down, and you know, it was probably when we actually offered you the role that we actually realised where you travelled from, the fact that you'd come down for that second stage interview, Lee Valley High School, Ballsmore Lane, Saturday morning session. You know, it's amazing. Like what Bill was saying there in terms of like you get up and go on your drive. You know, it was amazing, and we I think. I don't want to stereotype young people now, right? Because I don't think it is about age, but I think there has been a shift in terms of that get up and go and that drive, as we said earlier about, you know, why didn't we just do it on Teams or on Zoom? Maybe just because it wasn't an option then, right? So you had to go, you know, go down and get that opportunity. You know, but yeah, I think we were just blown away by Leon's, you know, his work ethic, and it was a really good coach as well. I think that's the other key thing. He actually really showed the passion for coaching. A lot of the coaches that come into Superstar Sport now, but certainly back then, you know, there was a heavy emphasis on football. We started off as a football-based company and moved across to multi-sports, and so Leon coming along and showing that he could deliver a really good fun-based football session. We look at that, especially with the TOTS classes that we run. We deliver nursery sports sessions, as you know. That enthusiasm, that energy that you showed from day one, not just necessarily the technical technical coaching elements of football, but actually that fun, that enthusiasm. But yeah, I think we were blown away by the work ethic, by the coaching ability, you know, and to take the risk you did, you know, ending up living in a B&B in Brimsdown, you know, for I think 2 weeks you did in that Brimsdown B&B, which was £40 a night or something like that. Like, you know, we didn't even know at the time either. Like we didn't even know. We knew that you'd relocated, but we didn't know that you were, you know, staying in a B&B or. Did you do a night in your car and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, it was pretty mad. Like I was in that area for a good 2 weeks. I think I borrowed the money from my mum. I've just come out of university. I've got no money, absolutely no money. So I borrowed the money from my mum. She was like, "It better pay off." Obviously, she's been paid back now. By holidays and all sorts. But yeah, just taking that leap and staying in B&Bs and. It's just come a long way. Like I think I was still in my mum's car at the time, like still not got a car because I didn't have the money to get a car in one place. So it has been, that was the hardest part of the journey, and that was a massive risk. But I just knew it would pay off. I just knew it. There's something about me in terms of my drive and passion that I just know whatever I touch, I will succeed in. And that's not being big-headed or anything like that. It's just I know that all you have to do is work hard. Work hard, get up early, potentially stay up late, and it will be done. Yeah, and you'll succeed. And that's what you're right about the mind shift change in terms of young people. I'm obviously not stereotyping every single young person because there is going to be some golden gems out there, but potentially the mind shift has changed in terms of I now need to stay up and play on PlayStation instead of actually answering emails and things like that. Yeah, if you want something, just go and get it. Yeah. Just go and get it. That is literally my motto. Yeah. I try not to ask for help from anyone as much as I can. I try to do it all myself. That's probably one of my negative, one of my critiques actually. But yeah, I try to do it all myself and maybe potentially don't ask for too much help. But you know what? If you want it, you just go and get it. That's what I did.
A question, Leon, because knowing you, I definitely agree with that. You set your mind to something, you work incredibly hard, you go and get after it, you've got incredible amounts of drive. Everything that I think a business owner needs, or even not even a business owner, someone who's going to be successful in life, if I had to give them 5 things, it would be those 5 things. It would be just like really high standards, work hard, get up earlier than your competition, go asleep later than your competition, and just do your very, very best to like follow your dreams and be passionate about stuff. And you do that daily. My question is this, yeah, because I'm confused. All right, I'll be honest, yeah. You're living in Leicester. You've got that. You might not know it yet, but you've got that drive, and you might not have like seen the benefits or the results of that drive, but you've got that in abundance. You could definitely have found another role in Leicester. Like, what was it about Supersport at the time? What is it about Superstar Sport? What is it about Angelo and the team? What was it about Superstar Sport at that time that you went, I'm going to pick up my life, go 100 miles down the road and risk it all? What was it about Superstar Sport that made you do that?
Yeah, I had interviews, as I mentioned, up and down the country. I had an interview at Lincoln City Football Club, interview in Newcastle with just a big sports coaching company back in the day, interview down in Portsmouth. Up and down the country, I was travelling to these interviews. And what sold it to me, really, is at the time it was a small, compact family company as such, which you don't get to speak to directors.
Yeah.
When I had an interview at Lincoln City, I think I spoke to a commercial manager that was head of a partnership and had 7 or 8 people to answer to, for example. Not a Superstar Sport back in the day. Superstar Sport, that's not what happened. I had the director calling me. I had the director checking to see if I'm okay to move to Enfield. Do you need any help with places to find places to live? You don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
You don't get that caring aspect. Like, it was very much like every other interview was, okay, I'll let you know if you've got the job. There was no, oh, you've travelled 2 hours today. That's a long way. There's none of that. It's just like it was expected. So I'd say it's definitely the caring aspect, being a small company, speaking to the directors daily. And that never stopped and still hasn't now. And normally as you get bigger and as big as we are now, normally that stops.
Yeah.
Like you stop stop speaking to the directors, stop speaking to the people at the top as such. And it's normally like you just start having people to manage you. But that still hasn't stopped today.
Yeah.
If we pick up the phone and talk to yourself, Billy, you still talk to you daily.
Yeah.
Still pick up the phone and speak to Andy. It's not like he will answer and say, oh, you need to speak to Billy. He'll still answer your question. So that still happens today.
Yeah.
Even though it's not now a small company.
Yeah. No, I've got a similar experience because obviously my journey started as a coach, a part-time coach, Superstar Sport as well. And my landline phone, talking about like Zoom and who's got a landline anymore? Have you got a landline?
No.
Imagine having a landline nowadays.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it. But I remember my landline phone going off and I was applying for every job on Indeed under the sun. And my mum answered and I remember her turning around going, it's Angelo from Supersport? And I was like, I must have applied for a job. I must have applied for a job. And I remember taking the call and I was so nervous not to speak to like yourself or the company, but I was nervous because my nan, my mum, my dad and my sister were all in the front room.
Right.
So I'm like, they're listening to me talk to a
Yeah.
potential employer.
Right,
So I remember thinking like, oh, they're going to critique me after about what I've said, what I haven't said. So no, just really, really funny actually.
And the funny thing on that is it wasn't one click apply then either. So you actually, well, the great thing is all them job applications I did do, you had to put effort into them.
Yeah.
So you have to make your CV, make sure it's suitable for the job, but also do a covering letter and make sure you do an email.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it is today, which we all know it's just one click apply and everyone can apply for every job, which is
Yeah.
great. However, you put more thought into the job applications back then.
Yeah.
Which is definitely what sounds like you did and obviously what I did as well.
Yeah, definitely. So focusing on those early years, yeah. So you've moved down from Leicester. You're now a part-time sports coach with the company with Supersport. Firstly, I'm guessing that the big passion, as you've mentioned, was around sport and coaching. What made you a brilliant sports coach? Because I've watched you coach, and you are absolutely sensational, mate. Like beyond all the business stuff, like your coaching is incredible. And I'm lucky enough to have a little girl. Little Laker, she's 2 years old. Love my life. I love her so much. And if you was her nursery coach, I would be buzzing, like so buzzing, because she'd come home every day and be like, "Oh my god, I see Coach Leon." Like she would though, wouldn't she? She'd be absolutely buzzing. So, what was it that made you a brilliant coach, and why you're a brilliant coach even today?
I wasn't always like that. That's what I would definitely say, and that's a credit to Superstar Sport because. To begin with, I've never coached in a nursery before. When I came into the company, I was brand new to nurseries. I worked at a few other companies in Oxford doing schoolwork. So that was my kind of forte, as pretty much everyone who comes into the company. But then I watched Angelo basically.
Yeah.
Watched the master do it. Watch him do it, and I just learned from that. Don't get me wrong, it's never always been like that. I've had feedback in the past from a few nurseries to say, oh, he needs to improve this, which I've worked on and improved on, and I've now got to a level where, yeah, I'd safely say my enthusiasm keeps me going. In a nursery session, I think it's very much about your delivery. You can get by if you've got fantastic enthusiasm and energy. It doesn't really matter what you do.
Yeah.
Obviously it does. Obviously we are focusing still on our key skills and we're doing like football sessions, for example. We might do multi-sport. But if you have enthusiasm, the children will not take their eyes off you.
Yeah.
They won't take their eyes off you, and then you could run around, do different things and stuff like that. But it is enthusiasm. That's for me.
Yeah.
I think you had that natural enthusiasm. You definitely improved as a coach and developed over time. You know, but I think even reflecting back on your initial first few sessions and after school clubs and and things like that, I think you did have that natural enthusiasm and energy. Like, where do you think that came from?
I actually can't answer that question. I don't know. It may have just, has it instilled in me? I don't know. Is because I wouldn't say my family's the most enthusiastic. And that, if they're watching, I
Sorry, Mum.
wouldn't say they're the most enthusiastic people in the world in terms of like especially when I was chasing this dream, for example, it very much was potentially like they take baby steps rather than I'm a big risk taker. I'm pretty much the opposite. I'm very much just go for it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll work. So I can't answer that question.
I've got an answer to it. Yeah, because I think I was very similar to you because I would like to think that I'm a good coach now, especially the nursery game is so different, isn't it? Coaching that age group is so different. But I think the answer is that traditional football coaching is the background that I come from as well as you. To me, isn't enthusiastic. You're not taught to coach in an enthusiastic, positive, fun way. It's very it's getting better, but to me it's still very old school in the way that kind of you coach in a certain way. I don't know the best way to articulate that, but when I look at our core values of fun, enthusiasm, energy, I don't think majority of companies are doing that. So when you look at, I remember coaching before being part of Superstar Sport, probably similar for yourself, Leon. I remember coming in and going, wow, this is mental. Like, this is actually mental. Like, what? This is still coaching, but not in a way that I've ever experienced it before. I don't know if would you agree with that? Like, I don't know if that's something that you resonate with at all, because definitely for me, that's how it felt. I remember joining and going, I'm changing the level of my voice. At one point, I'm getting the children really excited. The other point, I'm telling them a secret. Like, it was just such a jump of almost like, can we perform as well as coach at the same time? Did you feel like that from previous companies or previous coaching experience?
Yeah, definitely. But only through this company, in all honesty. Like, it's very much, like you said, the school industry and football coaching in general is very much technique-based, and whether you listen to me as it's coach-based. We very much, in the nursery session, we tell a story, and we're very much, we're just different. Energetic, enthusiastic, and the rest will come. The rest will come. As you have a lesson plan, and as long as it has enthusiasm and energy at the top of it, the rest will be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And that's what I honestly believe. And that's exactly what we do as a company.
Yeah.
We try and instill in every single coach that just got to be energetic.
Yeah. No, I could not agree anymore. And I actually think it's so realistic to business ownership as well. I see it daily, like those values, those core values around every child needs a positive teacher or coach. If they have a negative one, that is not going to be that's not going to be good for their learning, for their mindset, for their day. They need a positive person around them. And then when I look at business, that positivity is exactly the same. If I'm going to get to the next level, if I'm going to get to certain turnover targets, if I'm going to get the culture of our company to be brilliant, if I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do on that day, if I do that from a negative perspective, to me, it just doesn't get there quicker, if it gets there at all. So I could definitely agree with that 100%. So within that coaching journey, we'll move on to the next stage in a bit. Is there any like moments when you've worked with children that you look back on and go, like, that's why I do this? Like, because I know you've got a story, haven't you, about working with with a young person giving out a gold medal, like which was
Oh yeah,
which was like brilliant.
yeah,
When like you think of the company, and that's probably like
yeah.
the number one achievement in a weird way,
No,
isn't it?
it was
Like,
actually Prince of Wales Primary School.
yeah,
The school that we have recently started
Yeah,
working
yeah.
with. It was one of our first ever schools, and it was a football session on a whatever day it was, and we had 30 children, way over the ratios back then. You know, we just you don't know what you don't know. Myself coaching it, and I remember giving a child, Emmanuel, a medal. And I remember him telling me this story about where he was going to put the medal, and basically he described what I perceived as like a cupboard, basically, and where he was going to put his medal, and that was his bedroom.
yeah,
And like it reminded me that, and even then, and that's something that we should all think about now when we're coaching, and we've got coaches out there who are delivering sessions, that we actually really don't know the full impact that we're having, and why being positive, as you said, being positive is so important.
Yeah.
Because that was Emmanuel's like favourite hour of the week. And I don't know what was going on at home, you know, and what sort of circumstance he had, but he loved that session,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
went home with a smile on his face. And if we could put a smile on his face for that 1 hour, like, it's incredible. And like you said, that's what it's all about.
Yep,
you know?
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm sure that if he was having, you know, troubles or issues in his future life, he might look at that medal and be like, do you know what, I remember that happy time I
Yeah.
had with Superstar Sport, and what an incredible experience
Yeah.
it was, you know. But yeah,
No, beautiful. It's
and that's what
stunning.
all about.
Yeah,
that's what it's
absolutely.
all
That is
about.
any like memories or any moments working with children that were you feel like impactful for you, especially like
Yeah.
having in a beautiful little girl now as well yourself. Like
Yeah, obviously I've got Florence, who's now 6, believe it or not. Which she's at one of our schools that we attend, which we deliver at. So she tells me all the stories of how great her coaches are at her school, which gives us great pleasure, because we obviously teach them to coach the Superstar Sport way. And then she comes home and Coach Danny was amazing today, and that's so good to hear. But me, I think we're finally hitting that level, because we've been going 7 or 8 years as a franchise. What amazes me, we're getting apprentice requests from children we've taught. So because it's been 7 or 8 years, that there were about 10 or 11 when they were with us at camps and stuff like that. We're now getting them, and they've been probably waiting 3 or 4 years to get to that age to do that request.
Yeah.
They remember how great we were and how much we've made an impact, how many medals they've got. I'll tell you a story about that. But and they now want to work for us.
Yeah.
Because of the memory of the coaches back in the day. And the reason why I said I'll tell you a story about that is because one of the apprentice requests said they've got 16 medals from us. So we've got 16 medals from Superstar Sport. I really want to now work for the company that gave so many medals out. But that's brilliant. And that's what it's about. That's what we're getting now, because of how great we were back then, and how still great we are now. But we're now reaping the rewards from potentially getting great coaches that are already passionate, because we've been passionate to them.
Yep.
They're potentially going to be energetic and enthusiastic, because they're driven by the passion that we've instilled into them potentially. So yeah, that's one of my stories. That's great, and we're finally getting that now. We're kind of reaping all the rewards from that. Being going for so long.
No, brilliant. And yeah, absolutely agree. That is incredible. 16 medals, and then
Amazing.
applying to work for the company later. That is brilliant. And on positivity, me and Andrew talking before this morning. Obviously, got into London nice and early. I was on the train, or I went to get on the train at Shenfield Station, and there was such a lovely lady working in like the coffee shop, and like she just was putting a smile on everyone's face in the queue, like the way she spoke to them. So she asked me, like, obviously, what do you want? I was like, a cup of tea. And she's like, how do you like your tea? I was like, I like it really strong. And she was like, she looked at me and she gave me the biggest smile. And she went, strong like your lady, like your wife. And it really made me smile, because I was like, yeah, my wife is strong. Like I love my wife. And what's brilliant about that was, I then passed that positivity on a bit later on to somebody else, because it infected me. So later on, I passed it on to you maybe, where I was like in a brilliant mood. You might disagree with that. Where I then passed on that positivity. But I think that's the goal with the next generation, isn't it? Like, yeah, we can teach them to catch a ball, or we can teach them to pass it or kick it in the right way. But can I teach them the power of positivity and how you can pass it on to the next person tomorrow, next week, next
You
month.
actually used a really interesting word there for a second. You went, it infected me.
Yeah.
And actually, I really like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like, how many children and people in general can we infect with our positivity?
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Make a positivity? Can we make a positive pandemic? Do you know what I mean? It starts with us, right?
Yeah,
It starts with
absolutely.
this. You know, it's great.
And who talks about the power of positivity enough? Like one of our biggest core values, being positive, is so important. Because I know with my little girl, who do I want to coach my little girl? The most knowledgeable technical person in the world or the most positive person in the world. And
Yeah.
I'll pick the positive person every day of the week because I want her to feel good about herself. I want her to feel like she's achieved. I want her to feel inspired. I want her to feel like she can conquer the world. And I want her to love herself.
Yeah, and that's what they need.
Yeah.
In this day and age, like we're up against it constantly.
Yeah.
It's a daily battle.
Yeah.
You know, with mental health and our physical health. We're
Yeah.
all having our own battles, and if we can instill that in the children in late
Yeah.
career influence, from day one, it's it
Well-
will set them up for life.
We mention all the time, me and Angel, we're going off on a bit of a rant there, and we're going to circle back to but it's like, when do you turn on the news and when do you get this? Like the Sky News or whatever bullying it is, go dun dun dun, and then someone goes, what a brilliant day we're going to have today. It's going to be amazing. We're going to do so many great things. The country's in a brilliant position. There's less poverty than there's ever been in the world. You never see it, do you? It's always...
Yeah.
This is happening. It's so negative, and there's a bomb somewhere, and X, Y, and Z, and there's so many positive things that we can celebrate every day. That if we want to have a positive next generation, then let's spread it. Absolutely, could not agree anymore.
So true. And how much better would the news be if it was like that?
Yeah,
And how much would everyone would wake up and put it on? It's
Yeah.
probably, 99% of people don't put the news on because of that.
yeah,
So if they want more people watching the news, why don't they spread some positivity?
yeah.
It's just
could not agree anymore, and it's just just the impact that it's making. But a positive pandemic, I absolutely
Yeah. that's
could
good.
not agree
How are we
anymore.
gonna spread
Could-
that? We need to think of a way. Well, we got through COVID, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're going to spread the pandemic, the new one.
Yeah, the new one,
Get your
absolutely.
masks on. Get ready for it.
No, you don't want mass. You want to spread it.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
So obviously you're the sports coach. So obviously you want to learn more about this journey in regards to your business ownership.
Yeah.
You was a sports coach for Superstar Sport at the head office. You moved down from Leicester, big life decision. You then went on a bit of a journey through the company in management positions, which was brilliant. And without touching too much on that, I'm guessing that you would agree, Angelo, it was based on those. The exact reason that you went from a part-time coach to a full-time coach to a birthday party coordinator to the sales manager was because the exact reason you got in the car from Leicester and drove to Waltham Abbey that day. It was just that drive.
Or was it because I was annoying? No, honestly, it must have been the drive. But I was always on their door knocking, always looking for that next progression. But again, that leads to drive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So always not looking for that next progression, always looking for that next wage increase. In honesty, as well. Obviously, I'm always driven by financial gains as well as the passion to get children fit, active, and healthy. I think they just work hand in hand for me, and I've always said that. I said if the more children we get fit, active, and healthy, the more the company will gain in terms of financial turnover.
Yeah.
It's just there's such great things to come together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely my journey through management was driven through passion, driven through wanting more, and just not being happy to always just coach, because I knew I could impact more children as well, not just being on the ground, actually being in the office. I knew actually if I called nurseries and got more taster sessions, that's more children we're impacting.
Yeah.
So it's not just being on the ground we're impacting, we're actually doing it in the office too.
Yeah.
Which is where kind of my journey, really started, I would say. Earning more money, being around the great office environment, which you probably still have at head office. It's just, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. I think that was the start of actually, I'm probably never going to move back to Leicester.
Yeah.
Because it was just brilliant.
What word are we looking for here when you say annoying? Because it's not the right word.
It's
yeah?
not, no, it's not.
So what is the word? Is it persistence? Is it because? Go on.
Yeah, I think persistence, drive. I think as employers, we're all employers. It's it's just if you've got team members that work within your business who are constantly knocking on the door, it's frustrating. You know, it's frustrating. They're constantly asking me for a pay rise. They're constantly asking for more. But I think in your case, Leon, and actually with yourself as well, Bill, right? It's like, I've got no choice. I have to progress this guy. I have to keep them in within the business, because the results that you were driving every single day within the departments you were working within, it just had no choice, you know, to progress. And we'd say that to a lot of young people that work with us now, people that, you know, just you know, if we're talking if we're doing talks for young people, or we're mentoring, you know, our apprentices, or whatever it is, it's so easy to progress. You just have to, like you said earlier, go out there, have the mindset, have that drive. But if you're producing results on a regular basis, your employer has not got an option.
True.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you did, Leon, and definitely yourself as well, Bill. you put me in a position where it's like I'm backed into a corner.
Yeah.
Like you're imposing yourself. That's it.
Yeah.
You're imposing.
Especially
you're
when we're
imposing
working
yourself.
together.
Yeah.
I
Which
bet
you
you-
did do for how long?
It must have been
a couple of months?
a year, maybe 8 months.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that was when it was unstoppable.
Oh,
at that
it
point.
was. I was gonna highlight it earlier, but I thought, let you talk.
We had to
But
slow down
it was
operations.
It was incredible.
I feel sorry for the ops manager, Chris.
It was like. There was no other company out there that was growing as quick as we were at that time.
Yeah.
You know, it was incredible. What you were doing together was just out of this world. And like you said, the ops department, poor Chris Lindsay, who's also you know, a multi-unit owner now with us, like and myself, we just couldn't keep up. In the ops department, we couldn't get coaches in quick enough.
Yeah.
We couldn't train them quick enough. We couldn't get their compliance in on board quick enough. And before you know it, you're knocking on the door. Oh, here's another 10 taster sessions. When are they? Next week. Oh, Bill's tied up a new school contract. When does that start? Oh yeah, it starts tomorrow. Like it was amazing what you guys were doing.
Yeah. No,
And
that was.
you still both have that drive today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also had that competitive edge of,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I've got to
yeah,
beat
that's
you,
it, yeah, it was
and
great.
it was there, wasn't it? It was
That
like
was great as well,
yeah.
because it motivated us both, and it must have been great for you as the owner, thinking, put these two against each other.
Yeah.
No, that was the mindset. It was more about the rows between operations and sales and marketing at times, you know. And it was, but it was great. And like you said, how many children we getting motivated, getting inspired into sport. It was incredible.
No, I literally, like, when I look back at the journey in the company, like, one of my favourite times, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was just like, it just felt like winning daily, constant wins every single day, which was, and we much younger, was like more outgoing and social at the time as well, so it was like celebrating those wins a lot more, which we don't do nearly enough of at the moment. But no, definitely 100%. So when did you think about running the business?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, I think there was only ever room for one of us. and that's me being completely honest. And that's what it's about here, being honest and talking kind of feelings and truthfulness. I think there was only ever room for one of us. In terms of Superstar Sport in the head office, because we were growing too fast. And we had to maintain quality. I think me and you both in a sales role, we were gonna struggle to maintain quality.
Yeah,
because we were growing too quick. Chris would need about 5 more people to help him in that role. So I think there's only ever room for one salesman out, me and you. I think that both of us together just wouldn't have worked. Which I saw a few other franchisees start. Jack Golding, one of them, and Robbo both started. And I think Matt and Ant started as well just before me. And that really made me think, like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. And I could probably do it on my own. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I probably do it on my own. I've been in the sales role. I've been in the birthday party role.
Yeah.
I can coach. The only thing I potentially didn't get much experience in is operations. But I'm an organised person.
Yeah.
So that's when I basically reached out to yourself, I believe. I'm trying to think now, 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, I can't really remember
I think it was
what the story was behind that.
Well, there wasn't a network manager, was it?
No, it was just we launched it. We didn't know what we were doing really. We didn't have the support structure in place. We had these other guys who were, buying and were seemingly doing well. And I think my biggest worry was we're going to not only lose Leon in our sales and marketing department, but are we going to lose him in the sense that he's going to run his own business? And actually, a question I had for you was why. Really think about this deep down. Like, why? I want to know. I genuinely want to know the answer, Leon, as well. Why didn't you start your own company? What was it? Why did you want a Superstar Sport franchise as opposed to, because like you rightly said, you had the skill set to go and do it, and you know, one of the hardest bit, as we know, is obtaining new clients. So yeah, why didn't you do it on your own? What was it about a Superstar Sport franchise that made you want to move forward with it?
Something really I should have mentioned earlier as well. There's something you said to me, and it's always stuck since day one. Is you said, if we get to the top, you're coming with me. And that's what you said. And you said that not only you're coming with me, you said your team will become with you. So it's not just like, and you've always said, I won't be on the beach in Bahamas on my own. You'll be around me, or you might have your turn on the beach the week after. I'm not going to be together on the beach, but do you know what I mean? It's like, that's saying. Do you know what I mean? That saying always stuck with me, because it means like, you don't just want this on your own. You don't just want to succeed on your own. You want other people to succeed as well. And we all know, directorship, business owner, it can be lonely. It can be lonely. And that's probably one of the reasons why not only did the motivation from yourself in terms of coming with you on the journey, because we're all together. Like, if we succeed, you succeed. If you succeed, we succeed. Yeah. And that is how it works. The more clients you guys get at head office and more well-known you guys get, we're also the same. Yeah. Because more people approach us in our areas. Yeah. So that's the reason why, in all honesty, that passion from yourself and the company, and the energy and enthusiasm from the company to just win more clients and work with more children. And like you said, I could have done it on my own, and we didn't really have the systems in place that we have now. But yeah, that was it for me. That was it. And that's what made me continue. And that's my mum's asked me the same question back in the day. She went, why don't you just do it on your own? I didn't have business knowledge. So that does help you as well. Obviously, starting a franchise, if you don't have any business knowledge like myself, like as far as I didn't know how to set up on company's house, but I know that's very minor, and you probably do some Googling and stuff like that, but you helped me set that up and things like that. But then kind of things do help. Yeah. So that was it for me. Yeah. That was it.
Did you ever feel alone? Like when you set up, did you ever feel alone?
No, never felt alone, because the minute you did, back in the day, you could have called Andrew at 10 o'clock in the night and he would answer the phone.
Disclaimer, you can't do that anymore. No, brilliant, wicked, love it.
And that was it. It wasn't always known, because we still got it now. It's like we've got groups and stuff like that, and not necessarily on WhatsApp, but we're still a community, and everyone's still accessible. Yeah. So everyone is still going on the same journey, whether it's head office sending email campaigns out, they're still looking to grow the same as much as you are. Yeah. So everyone, if you're struggling with something, head office probably have struggled with it, at it, or with it, or someone else another franchisee has. So it's just like, you're never alone, because you've always got something that someone's already done. Yeah. Definitely.
Wicked. So year one, you start a franchise, you've had the conversation with Ange, you've bought into the network, you've got your own territory. What did you do? What did you do year one, business owner? What did you do?
Well, I was lucky. I was in a position where, when I was working for head office, I was given 1 day a week to work on the franchise, which is great, and obviously a position that I was probably very lucky to be in. So I was able to get those tasters ready for my start date. Let's say I had I think I had a September start date, actually. So let's say I had a September start date. I was able to, 2 months prior, a month prior, I was able to build those tasters up ready for my start. Being an enthusiastic coach that I just got 50, 60 tasters in my area, particularly nurseries.
Hold fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you say that so nonchalant? I just got 50, 60 tasters.
Just like that.
Just like that. The people will watch and be like, no, that's the hardest bit to do. Like, that is genuinely like getting the leads, getting the opportunities, like through marketing, whatever it may be. And sometimes I think as a business owner, you got to step back and go, that's what you're incredibly good at. Yeah. So like, what was it? Like, what were the building blocks to do that? Obviously, we've been doing it at head office. And this is what's brilliant about franchising. You repeat that process now, don't you? So again, we know how to do it. We know how to generate 50, 60 leads. But what was it for you that said, I'm going to get 50, 60 leads, and how am I going to do it first month, first 6 weeks? What was it you had, like, not even like the process, but what was a mindset to do that? Like, I'm trying to push you into an answer because I
Yeah.
know what you're like as a person.
Yeah, so my mindset was the more tasters I've got, the higher my conversion will be. I know I was a good nursery coach. I know that if I delivered them, 90% of them will probably convert if they've got the budget.
Yeah.
My mindset is, to begin with, is that I knew how to do it as well, which is obviously, I know with all new franchisees now, they get that training anyway. So not only do I have the training, more of an in-house training because I worked for the company, but exactly the same. If you've got the training and it's having the confidence to be able to build it and grow and talk and constantly just get more clients. To be honest with you, the more people I speak to, the more people I work with. And I didn't stop. And I'm talking didn't stop. And when I made that move up to Leicester, going back a little bit, but my girlfriend I think she was my girlfriend of 10 months. By the way, she's my wife now.
And you met her in the nursery?
Met her in the nursery as well.
She worked there.
That's a good point. She worked in a nursery, and obviously I asked her to move up to Leicester with me, and she could have said no. I was going anyway. Don't get me wrong. Sorry, Georgia. I was going anyway, but she said yeah. She said yes to move back up to Leicester with me, and that also driven me to succeed, because not only someone has now moved their whole life up to Leicester. She wasn't from Leicester, she's from Harlow in Essex, moved up to Leicester with me to drive it. So I knew I had to succeed. Because not only did I have the pressure of my mum wanting her £2,000 back from the hotels and stuff like that, but also had the pressure of a girlfriend of 10 months that has now moved her life up there. And I thrive from pressure, in all honesty. Give me pressure. Tell me a target. I've got 100 tasters to get in 1 week and I'll get it. Yeah. Because I'll just put there's no such thing as time, and and I'll just work through. Oh, obviously you can't work for the night or every night. Of course you need sleep, but I will just put in as maximum effort in to be able to get what I need to do. Yeah. And that's kind of where the drive comes from as well. Yeah. Pressure, because of the pressure I wasn't put on completely, definitely not, but it's just that I perhaps built myself. Yeah. To be able to get that, really. Yeah.
And year one is that, isn't it? It's even today it's that, like, that doesn't stop. That if you want to grow your business, like that grind, that drive, it's got to be there. It has got to be there. It's something that where's it come from? I'm not quite sure. Like, we've all got it. I've definitely seen it in like all of you. Like, sometimes it's annoying, especially when you want to work every bank holiday. And I'm like, if he's in the office on a bank holiday and I'm not, it annoys me. That frustrates me. But then as you get older, especially with children and stuff, it's like there's other important things as well. So it's trying to balance that. But can someone run a successful business without that? God,
I don't think so. No. It's not. You know, especially in our industry, you know, it's children's sports coaching. Yeah. It's not sitting in front of a computer running a tech company, and no disrespect to tech companies, all right? Don't come after us. But, you know, you can't just sit there and do coding and that's it. Yeah. You know, it's more than that. It's being a people person. It's engaging with others and delivering a good quality service.
Just on that, because you say we were in the Midlands on Monday at Leon's office with his team, which was a brilliant day. And Leon said one thing, and he was like, "We don't cancel sessions," was your wording around that. And what that means to me, this for someone in the industry, what that means to me is that if there's an issue at 3:00 and a coach calls the office and says, my car battery's flat, that's you getting in your car and getting to a school as quickly as you can to make sure them children aren't let down. And to me, like, it's like that. I think that's what you mean when you say you're not sitting at a desk. It's fluid. It's fluid. And if you don't have that drive, this industry can swallow you a little bit, can't it? Absolutely.
Yeah. And in business ownership in general, you know, you what got us up in the morning this morning? Yeah. Yeah. We you know, whatever's going on in our lives, how we're feeling or whatever. What was it? What was it for you, Bill?
For me, it's a couple of things. So I pride myself on high personal standards. Like, I want to have the highest standards of anyone in any room. I don't want to look at someone and think their standards are better than mine. And I just want to grow and grow and grow, because I want my wife to have the very best life on the planet. I want my daughter to have everything that she wants. I want my next child, my future child, to have everything that they want. And when I say everything they want, that's not financial at all. I want to give my wife choices to, do you want to work part-time? Well, we can facilitate that. Do you want to work here rather than there and take a pay cut, we can facilitate that. Do I want to pick my daughter up from school? I can facilitate that. Like, business ownership gives me that. And if I didn't get up this morning and didn't grind the way I did, business ownership wouldn't give me that. Because anyone can start a business. Anyone can be a business owner. You just go and jump into the company's house. If you don't know how to, it is very simple, as you mentioned, Leon. And anyone could own a business. But owning a business which gives you choices, that is where you have to sacrifice, work as hard as you physically can. So like that's what wakes me up. About yourself?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because to have those luxuries and to do what the luxuries of potentially asking your wife to well, not asking, giving her the option to work part time and stuff like that, comes down to hard work beforehand.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, it's fantastic, because it's so interesting. Being in this environment, we see so many people, don't we, with that potentially have not put the hard work in yet and have that business owner mindset of, I can go play golf at 2 p.m. or something like that. And it's just so interesting that old school business owners like ourselves, you have to put that hard work in before you can play golf at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You have to be successful. You have to be able to be not only financially comfortable. I wouldn't say that, because everyone's different, but you need to be, in my opinion, you can't be playing golf at 2 p.m. with one session.
Yeah.
I think that's a given. I think that kind of what drives me. Going back on your question, every morning is my daughter, 100%, Flo, and Georgia as well, and just getting up and I just want to. I don't know. I love it, and that's honest opinion. Yeah. Like I say to Georgia, she goes to work. Bless her, she works in a school, and I say to her, I've not even been work today. Just on a 15, 12, 13 hour day, and I don't feel like I've been work.
Yeah.
I might be tired. I might look tired, but I don't feel like I've been to work. I've been around good people in the office. I think it's a right laugh. We know when to crack on. We know when to have a laugh, and we know our aim. Our aim is big, massive on the board. How many children we need to inspire this week? How many children we need to inspire the month and the year? And that's what motivates me, because it doesn't feel like work. It's just every day.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind working on Saturdays and Sundays. Don't mind getting a laptop out in front of the TV, because...
Oh, I want to come to you because I want to hear your answer. But what was so brilliant there was business ownership, when you ask the question, is a personal thing. But then you mentioned about on the board, how many children do we want to inspire this week, this month? I don't think I'd have this drive in all potential businesses. I think you have to care as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, actually, sometimes I think maybe the drive and the passion are linked. Could I wake up every day and do it for, I don't know, like a whiskey business? No, like I don't care. But I like waking up every day for my wife, for my daughter. But I also know the end result is hundreds of thousands of children are going to smile. And that to me is like, I go to sleep every night thinking, brilliant. Like it's rewarding for me, and that's important to me. That's not important for everyone, but to me, that's important. I think that's a non-negotiable in this industry. Like to have that connection to. I want to impact children. Yeah. I think that is definitely non-negotiable. Yeah. What gets you up?
What gets me up? I think for me, very, very similar to you guys. You know, options, choices. You know, I want to look back on my life. I want us all to look back on our lives and be proud of what we're doing, what we're achieving, just doing something every single day that you absolutely love, like you both said, enjoying it, having a great life. Just got married, you know, having the options there. We're going to be having children soon. You know, I want our future children to be happy and comfortable, and have everything they need, have all the love that they need. But I think what gets me up in the morning, you know, more than anything, I think sometimes, and I think one of the ones you kind of said a little bit is it's you said about having professional standards, and you don't want everybody, you want someone else. What did you say?
So for me, and you know me so well, yeah, I need everyone in the room to look at me as someone who doesn't let them down. Okay. Like it's important to me.
So that's great, yeah. And so I have a similar one, and I do think that's a little bit ego driven, and I think that's fine, by
Yeah,
the way. And I
yeah.
think it's okay to we've all got egos.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't think we want to have an ego, or it doesn't sell, or it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
We do, and it is the ego that drives us at times. And
Yeah.
I think for me, the ego is I don't feel very well today, right? I don't.
Yeah.
I've been sniffling and spluttering, and I'm sitting here trying not to cough, right? Because we're all saying great things, but I could not be here. I couldn't
Yeah, I know,
couldn't
yeah.
not be here
Yeah,
today
yeah.
because I knew Nathan was coming, and I've got to inspire Nathan. He's a young man. He's just started his journey with us, and if I decided today to say I'm not turning up because I got the sniffles, how dare I try and encourage him to get up in the morning when he's got the
Yeah,
sniffles?
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know,
yeah.
or if I'm not on our daily huddles which we run, how can I expect my team to have that same standard? And that's
Yep.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you go into a room and you're portraying that high standard, then that's what you want to attract that back back into your life. Right?
Yeah.
So for me, it is a little bit. It is ego. I want, but the image I'm portraying, I want people to see that. I want to see a successful person. I want them
Yeah.
to see a hardworking, positive person. But it's for me it gives me clout.
Yeah.
So I can say to Nathan, "You got the sniffles. Get into work, mate."
Yeah.
Because every day you say no to yourself is a day further away from that goal, whatever that goal is.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Articulated it perfectly. It's also experience as well. So like a little bit is like I know that's what works. I know that if I do that, I go from here to here quicker. And I know if I don't do that,
Yeah.
I'm either declining or sitting there and,
So
and not
simple.
moving. Yeah.
It's so simple. Both of you said it today. It's so simple. You just get up, you go to work, you crack on as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
With the resources and the energy you've got, and you just do it.
When you add compounding, that's the magic because you can't do it once.
Yeah.
No,
You
no,
can't.
have to-
It's
you have to
compounding.
keep going.
It's
Yeah,
compounding.
yeah, yeah.
It's compounding.
Yeah. And that's what we say about the bank holidays.
Yeah.
Right. And I've slowed down now. The bank
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah.
I've got a wife now. It's not fair. But how many bank holidays have we worked?
Yeah.
You've been there for a lot
Yeah.
of them. And for you, Leon, how many bank holidays have we worked? How many extra hours have we
Yeah.
worked over the last 15 years compared to our competitors potentially? And that compounds.
Yep.
That gives us something. It's hard to see sometimes, but we're
Yeah.
sitting here
Yeah.
in a lovely studio, and and this is a product of our
Yeah. Yeah.
working on those Saturdays, and we're here with you, Leon, celebrating your success.
Yeah.
Because of the compound effect, just leading back to what we were saying, on our why. One of the things about you, Leon, is like you like to go on holiday, right? And this
Yeah.
Superstar Sport franchise has given you the options to go on holiday. Like, just leaning a little bit deeper into the why. Like, why do you want your daughter to go on holiday as much as she does?
Because that's when she's happiest. In all honesty, I'm very got myself. Well, got myself. I would definitely wouldn't say I got myself. This journey has enabled me to be very, very lucky. As you two probably know, I've probably gone around 4 or 5 holidays a year.
A month.
Not quite. I wish. No, not
Every
quite
day's a
month.
bank holiday for Leon.
I'm very, very lucky in a position. Well, no, I won't say lucky. I'll stop using that word actually, because I've worked hard for it. And if I call myself lucky is when you win the lottery. Lucky is not working hard for, let's say, start the journey back from Superstar Sport, 10 years, 11 years. That is not luck. That's not luck. That's working hard. So I would say I've worked very, very hard to got myself in a position where I've been able to go on multiple holidays throughout the year. And we driving a nice car, and obviously it's not all materialistic. Not everything is driven by, and obviously, of course, if you're starting a franchise on your new journey, or it's 5 years in or 10 years in, you might be driven by different things. I'm driven by my family being on holiday, being at their happiest. Flo is happiest when she's in the pool, and every single morning on holiday, she wakes up and goes and thanks us for the days, and that's like the best thing ever. So yeah, that's why I work so hard, is to get those end results of treating my family on holiday to nice holidays. I am trying to cut down actually, only because just to help the business more as well and be more involved and not always be away. But that's the position I've got the
Yeah.
business into as well. That kind of leads on to as you grow into being a franchise, or you can build your team around,
Yeah.
which is great as well.
Talking about compounding, I don't know if you got the numbers, put it on the spot. Like
Yeah,
year one turnover. Do you know what that was?
I
for
have.
you?
I'm gonna have to get it up though.
Yeah,
That's
grab
all right.
grab your
But,
phone. Oh, you've prepared it. I like it because for me, it's like year one turnover doesn't allow you to go on holiday 4 times a year in year 8. But if you take year 1 away, year 8 never happens. So that's compounding for me. So
Yeah.
like I'm guessing year 1 with no holidays, it was
No.
just grind. It was just
Well,
pure hard work.
Well, believe it or not, due to the hard work I did at head office, I actually went to Thailand 2 weeks before I started the franchise.
Yeah.
With my girlfriend back then, which is my current wife. Just don't get things mixed up. Went. That was our treat for the journey that was
Yeah.
about to go on.
Okay,
But
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I didn't go on holiday for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
But talking about figures wise, and the compound effect, and working hard from day one. And that's what I always say to anyone who asking for advice on why we send emails at this time, because you'll get the result next week, for example. It's
Yeah.
all about doing things in preparation for the future,
Yeah.
which we were certainly doing. Year 1, we turned over around £60,000.
Yeah.
Year 2, 101,000 was not a 100% increase, which is what kind of was it we wanted to get each year.
Went to double, yeah.
Year 3 is amidst of COVID, which is obviously, I know we'll probably discuss that, but that's 131,000 in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So an increase from the previous year. Year 4, we went up to 300,000. Year 5, we went up to 695,000. So more than doubled. Year 6 is where we're getting into, which any business owner will probably tell you, the figures where it gets harder. Things get harder to grow, you got to start stabilizing, you got to start getting your team ready. We turned over 869,000, and then the last financial year we were looking at around 850.
Yeah.
So around the same, stable in terms of numbers wise.
Yeah.
So we've always gone up,
Yeah.
other than the last year,
Yeah.
which we've pretty much stabilized, and we've now focused very much on quality of our sessions and quality of our sessions, systems as well, which I know you guys at head office have been inputting, which is some things that we've had to get involved in as well, in terms of kind of making sure we're all compliant as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've increased every year,
Yeah.
which is great. It's what we've wanted every single year. What's killed me inside is that it doesn't work like that now. I.e., to go from 800,000 to 1,600,000.
Yeah.
It doesn't do. You don't. That doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not how it grows anymore, and that's not because it's just because that jump is too big. It's not a double anymore. We doubled a few years, which was great. But yeah, that's been the journey in terms of turnover.
Yeah, no, and again, just sort of linking it back to that, to me, the compounding of the reason it's at the level it's at today, and it's definitely going to double, mate, because I'll make sure it does. But the reason it's at that level is let's not forget the roots of hard work, of those long days in month 1 when you've got 2 clients probably doing about £200 a month, if that, and still plugging away and grinding and being the hardest worker in the networking in the room. That is what gets you there. Absolutely, 100%. And you can learn the systems and you can learn the processes, and you can, through experience, you'll improve. But if you haven't got that, what you've got, and for me, it's a magic ingredient, yeah? Because I've loads of friends I speak to about business, and it's almost like, what's a magic ingredient that just makes you have a brilliant business? And bearing in mind, like, we've got loads more to do. We're not there. We're not even close to being where we need to be. But the magic ingredient is just work as hard as you physically can and give it absolutely everything you've got, and refuse to surrender. That is that's my magic. That's my answer. Because if you've got that, I think everything else you can be taught, and you can learn, or you can pick it up, or you can employ someone and delegate who can be good at that. But if you haven't got a leader that's got that, I think you're lacking. And I think for me, that's you, like that year 1, year 2, year 3. That's where it's in absolute abundance. Absolute abundance. COVID was tough, obviously. You mentioned COVID slightly there. For me, I've just looked back and think the best time ever. And I know that sounds like, obviously, a lot of people were affected and stuff like that. But for me, it was the best time ever, because we got to reset everything, and we got to, like, how many times in business do you get to We talk about having it like sometimes you'll be doing something, you feel like the plane's broken, but you got to keep flying the plane because the business still is still operating. COVID was let's land, let's fix it, and let's fly again, and that was brilliant, weren't it? I know you feel very similar to that.
Do you know what's interesting about that is that we just didn't stop, which is as a network we could have all stopped.
Yeah.
And we probably would have if you guys stopped. If you HQ would have stopped and didn't do anything and said, guys, we're going through a pandemic, everyone just go and be with your families and spend time with your families. Everyone would have done that. But because that wasn't the message. The message was carry on.
Yeah.
Let's now improve session plans.
Yeah.
If there's, because obviously COVID did get to a point where we couldn't deliver at all.
Yeah.
So what do? Went online.
Yep. Yeah.
We went online and we did a donation.
Yeah.
We didn't make people pay for them. We did a donation. We did put our donation link and said, it's up to you. We just want to get your children fit, active and healthy.
Yeah.
If you want to donate, you can do. We didn't earn much money from it at all, but we still kept in the loop of these parents. These parents were our normal TOTS parents. So what did they do after COVID? All the restrictions stopped. Is they signed up back up for our sessions.
Yeah.
Would they have done that if we'd stopped?
I
I can't answer that question, but would they have done that? I don't know whether they would have signed back up. Would they have? Maybe. I don't know. But,
What I love it because I even like whatever we're talking about, I forget some of the things that we done.
Yeah.
Like,
Spider-Man outfit.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
yeah, like I remember me and you like online. You was at your house, I was at mine. We're both hosting a Zoom call with 120 children on it. I'm dressed up as Spider-Man, like mental, but all because we're passionate about helping children. We're spreading positivity. Everyone, it's a tough time. Let's still be positive. We can still be active. And we obviously were passionate about keeping the business rolling and running and stuff like that. So yeah, no,
That was great.
brilliant times. Question on just challenges, resilience, hardest things about running the business in your opinion. What are the toughest things? What do you think are like challenges for you?
I would say recruiting good people. I would say that has been a challenge since day one. However, we have since changed a lot of our systems in terms of recruitment and things like that. We now look for good people rather than good coaches, and that is what we do in the Midlands. Personally, you could have a UEFA B, UEFA A coach, but can you go and throw a bib around a nursery? Can you go and be enthusiastic in a nursery? Can you go and be energetic and put cones on your head and walk around in a nursery? I'm not sure if you're a UEFA A or UEFA B. Of course you can if you've got the energy, enthusiasm. So that's what we look for. We generally look for good people that can get out of bed in the morning, because I can't teach that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can't teach. I can't teach you to get out of bed. Can't teach you to set your alarm in the evening. So one thing we generally did struggle to begin with is finding good people, which is, I know there's millions of good people in the world, but finding a gem as such, and then trusting them to go and deliver sessions, especially the sessions that I've delivered.
Yeah.
Which has always been quite hard, especially with such a high standard. And then asking someone who's potentially not got the same passion as me, because I wouldn't expect anyone to have the same passion as me, it's not being their business.
Yeah.
So finding someone with passion, energy, enthusiasm, and being a good person. That's what we've generally quite struggled with in general. But we found great people. Don't get me wrong. But in the 8 years of running, but it's been hard. It's been a challenge.
So recruitment overall is a big challenge. What advice would you give to just someone starting a business? Like what? Because I think it's brilliant, isn't it? It's like if I start a business, I'd love to hear from someone who's run a business for 8 years, really successful. What advice would you give someone?
Yeah, well, we do it currently. So obviously with the franchise network, we have new franchise coming on board. We have initial conversations with them, and they ask us honest questions, and we can't lie to them. So we tell them, we tell them the first thing they say to us is, "What's it like? How did you get to where you are right now? Obviously, you've heard my journey, but how did we do it at the start of the journey?" And it's due to hard work, and anyone could say that really, and it's quite a niche thing to say as well. Hard work. What is hard work? Hard work is when it's 9 p.m. in the evening and you've just got an email, a constructive email from a client saying they're not enjoying the coach that you've got, and it could wait till the morning. It definitely can, and a lot of people would say it can, but in my mind, don't let it wait till the morning. It can't for me. It has to be done there and then, and obviously I have time to reflect on the email as well, think about my answer, and think about how I can solve this situation. But I personally, the way I work is I can't sleep at night without without that email being dealt with. And not everyone works like that, but that's kind of how I work.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend putting in hard work, not being afraid of getting up early, not being afraid of going to bed late. Obviously, it's different if you've got family and things like that. It's definitely a juggling. It's something that I'm doing currently. Like, as again, you're saying, probably same yourself, the same, Bill. But just real hard work. And that's such a niche thing to say, really. But
no, but
that's
it's I completely agree. And I know when I used to play football and people were like, you ain't working hard enough. It used to annoy me because I'd be like, I am. But I think the second part to that, and this is why I love franchising, and I think this is a beauty, because work hard and be told where to work hard.
Yeah.
So don't work hard in areas that you're wasting your time. Like, that's the beauty of franchising. Because for a new business owner, it might be, I am getting up early, I am going to sleep later, I am working every hour under the sun, I am trying my hardest, but you're doing it in all the wrong areas. And actually that is, to me, that's like, you then got the knowledge problem.
Yeah.
That's where franchising's
That's
like
the gold dust of franchising.
brilliant, isn't
We
it?
wasted the first probably 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Just having the motivation, the drive.
Yeah.
But in all the wrong directions, trialing services, trying products that just don't work. You know,
And
they get that now.
Yeah. Well, I'd say to any sports coach in the world, yeah, it's, if you want to run a sports coaching business, don't waste 3 or 4 years. Give us a call. Like, it is, isn't it? Because it's like, we've wasted it for you.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
wasted
it's like
our first 3 years, so you don't have to. Like, it's a brilliant
Made
message,
all
isn't
the
it?
mistakes, so you don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you open a burger joint. Yeah, brilliant. You can either learn from the best, or you can try and work it out yourself. I know what I'd rather do. Do you know what I mean? Get there quicker. Like, learn from the best.
I was waiting for your burger experience then. I don't know if you had an experience of opening a burger joint.
No, I'm saying, but it's just like no. But if you have the finance and
definitely.
the opportunity to open a McDonald's or start your own
Oh,
burger joint, come on,
it's true.
It's go and learn from the best who have done it. Obviously, you've got a massive branding advantage as well, but it's like, just go and learn from the best. They've done it. They've made the mistakes years and years ago, so you don't have to. And I think that to me is the beauty of franchising. Definitely. I was going to ask you, like, what is your opinion of franchising? Like, what like when someone says like franchise network, what does that mean to you? What does franchising mean to you?
So I automatically assign franchising to support straight away. So if I was, for example, I'll bring it back to COVID as well. If in COVID, what would I have done on my own if I didn't have you guys motivating and telling us we've got to keep cracking on? I probably would have stopped.
Yeah.
And I might not be at the level, well, I wouldn't be at the level we're at now. So I think support, I think you cannot take away this support not only of HQ, but the support of other franchisees. Obviously, back when we started, we had 3 I think it was 3 franchises. So it was very much like we was all doing trial and error back then. But now it's very much head office will trial it. If it doesn't work, we probably won't recommend it.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it, kind of thing. You know you're going to get something that has been tried, has been tested, and it's worked. Because otherwise you wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have it. We wouldn't have what the current compliance software that we're using currently now. We wouldn't have it if it didn't work for you guys, which you've trialed it, it worked, and it's brilliant. So I think for me, franchising just relates to support, getting support from the network, but not only that, support from HQ, and really having the foundation, especially if you're in year 1.
Yep.
You've got everything. I think from where it is now to when I started, you've got literally every single thing you can think of. You've probably got templates for the whole year, probably maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
That you could market to schools and nurseries. You've got a compliance software that will literally check every single staff member and tell you when they're running out.
Yeah.
You don't have to go on Excel like we used to and see when someone's safeguarding's running out.
Yeah.
I think that is where we're at, and I think that is definitely what franchising is about, of having the systems in place for you to already run it and actually not having to invest into it as well. Obviously the franchising investment, but not having to invest into anything else extra that normally you would have to.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, if you was running your own company, you'd have to pay for those kind of softwares by yourself. By yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think having that infrastructure and systems that enables you to just crack on with the most important stuff.
Yeah.
Which is actually getting children fit, active and healthy, which automatically leads into earning money and building a better life for you and your family.
Wicked.
I think that's definitely
Yeah,
me.
mate. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the reason I think franchising is slightly different to everyone. Like, I know it's like everyone thinks like McDonald's, but to me, like franchising is only as good as the franchisor. And like, I was talking about this a lot yesterday, but how visible is your franchisor? Like, are they there supporting you? Can you contact them? Can you speak to them? Do you have access to them? And I know there's probably franchisors out there with 200, 400 franchisees who say it don't quite work like that, and we've got 30. But like, I just, for me, it's core values. Like, like as long as I'm in this industry, as long as I'm wearing this purple top, like I will support. I will make sure our network are supported, and like that is definitely something that stems from you, and it comes from the core values, doesn't it? Like, why do we work with early years children? Because we care, because it's something we're passionate about. It comes through in everything we do, how positive we are. And like what I love about franchising in our network is that like I just feel like we are together. Like we are together.
Yeah,
We're on a journey together, a massive journey together. Question for you, mate, is how proud are you of him? Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, mate,
someone
I'm
who's just meant like
Yeah.
you've been in his journey.
Yeah. So proud of you, mate. So proud. You know, the risk you took
Yeah.
from day one in what was not a lot back then. You know, it was a lot of fluff, a lot of words, and a positive mindset.
Yeah.
And I know we spoke a lot about positive mindset, and it has got us to where we are. But you still had to take that risk and believe, and you believed in us, you believed in Superstar Sport, you know, in so many you know parts of the journey as you described, coming down, relocating, then going back when you could have just did it on your own, and actually believing in the franchise model, which wasn't at the level it is today, you know. And Bill has revolutionized what we do for our franchisees, and he cares, and the support that he offers and our HQ team offer, you know. Coming into the network now, I think is such an easy choice. The answer is yes, because we've got the infrastructure, we've got the people, we've got the systems. Back then it was basically a punt, you know.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm so proud that you've been part of this journey. You are one of the, you know, most successful franchisees, and that just comes from the belief in yourself, the drive, the energy you bring, you know. And I know that when we do have new franchisees, Bill is always saying, go and have a chat with Leon, because you will be honest about what it takes to, and you know, and you have those core values, and you will be honest about what's great, what's a challenge. But the reason why we do that as well is because you're an inspiration. You're an inspiration to these new franchisees, and you're the one that everyone's trying to go after. You know, they're the one they see. You know, when you're talking about your turnover figures earlier, I saw Nathan's face over there, and he was like, he's not heard those sort of numbers. You know, it's incredible, mate, what you're doing, and you're a massive inspiration.
Yeah.
What you're achieving day in and day out, and to still have that passion and that drive,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Well, actually, kind of, I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't take compliments well, as you said. But going back on what you said, it still hurts me today. Like, if I get a constructive feedback or email or something like that, or you might say, oh, you need to change this or something, it still hurts me. Like, that's kind of, and you see that. You both see that.
Yeah.
He's like, this guy cares so much that he actually, like, because it's my baby. That's what I class it as. Like, same as you. It's like, I've built it from the bottom.
Yeah.
When someone tells me you might need to change this or this doesn't work well, it's kind of like, oh, I built this,
Yeah.
and it hurts.
Yeah.
And that's a good sign. I think that's a.
Well, you care, mate, and that is it. Like, and again, just linking it to this industry, you have to care.
You have to.
You have to care about the children. You have to care about the schools that we work with, the nurseries we work with, families that we work with. And you do, in abundance. You've got on the wall how many children you inspire. Like, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. And thousands and thousands and thousands of children in the Midlands smile every day because of your choice to start a business. And they smile every day because of your team's hard work and your team's sacrifice. And your team are brilliant people. And you've got a brilliant business with a brilliant culture. But it all stemmed from your choice to go, I'm going to impact children locally. I'm going to run a business in this industry because I care about it, and I'm not going to give up until I get there. I will not stop. You said that a few times earlier.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I will not
Just
stop.
keep-
I will not stop. And that was a choice that you made. And everything comes because of that one choice. Do you know what I mean? Everything comes after that. So yeah, mate, you should be really proud of that. You've absolutely smashed it. Couple of questions before we finish up. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Worst thing about running the business?
Oh, whoa. I don't think that. I honestly.
Yes, there is. There is a word. I can answer it, so you
Okay,
can answer it.
Okay, so
The tax man.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I won't go into that one. But sometimes I think it is probably the amount of time it takes up.
Yeah.
But then that's also a positive for me because I love it.
Yeah.
But the amount of actually think about it, if you're an original Joe, I think it's probably one wrong word, but if you're a normal person, which I don't regard myself as a normal person, by the way, then it's going to take up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
And if you ain't got the time or we're not willing to put the time in, then it's going to be annoying for you.
And it's frustrating, mate. Like, look, I love running the business. We all do, yeah? We're business owners. We get up every day. We love it. Especially back in the day when we used to get a member of staff reach us on a Sunday night. I remember being at dinner with my friends on a Sunday night out for roast dinner with my wife, all my friends. We went round one of my closest friends' house for a Sunday dinner. They all cooked. I remember checking my phone, had a text from a staff member saying, I can't work tomorrow. I'm not serving my notice either. I knew at that moment I had to fix that problem because it's Sunday, and that problem is that it starts at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for the rest of the team. Everyone's going to deal with that problem. And I remember thinking, I've got to fix that now.
Yeah.
So I didn't talk to anyone at dinner.
Yeah.
It ruined my mood. My wife got home. She's like, "You're all right." I was like, "I just need to get the laptop out." And on reflection, now I deal with it better. I'd be more positive. I'd be like, "Look, we can get through it. It's fine." But like, it's tough, isn't it? Business ownership, getting dragged into that. How many times have you gone through that and experienced that? It's tough. My favourite thing about it is I'm fully accountable for my life. The thing that frustrates me about it is that I'm fully accountable for my life. Like it's that, isn't it? It's like you are the one always with the answers, but I like being the one who always has to solve the problems. So yeah, there are definitely challenges to it, isn't there?
I can relate to that 100%. The amount of time I still do it today. George is like, "What's wrong with you?" "Oh, nothing." I'm always "Oh, nothing."
Yeah.
No, something's wrong. I was like, "No, nothing's wrong." I'm like,
Yeah.
sorting out the schedule.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's how you manage that because we care so much. It needs to be done
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Because it also relieves us of because once we've sorted it, it's kind of like.
Well, because
Yeah,
you know if you
I'm back
haven't,
in the game.
you know if you haven't sorted it, it's not going away.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So that's the thing, isn't it? It's like I'm going to have to deal with it. And
When
Joe,
do I deal with it now?
yeah. Or do I just do?
do I try and get a night's sleep and deal
Yeah,
with it in the morning?
morning,
Or I
yeah.
just deal with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the pressure, isn't it? It's the
Yeah.
pressure
Yeah.
of that. It's the constant
Yeah.
pressure, you know, and we are responsible for so many lives, you know,
Yeah.
the children that we coach and our employees, you know, and making sure they can go home and feed their families.
Yep.
You know, and if we don't sort out that problem, then, you know,
Yeah.
how's that going to impact them? And that's that pressure is immense at times, yeah.
What does the future hold? Where do you want to go? What's the goals? Like, where do you want to take the journey? What are the goals?
Turnover wise,
Listen, mate.
No, same. Turnover wise, we want to hit the £1 million.
Yeah.
That's what we want to hit. We've been so close, and it's just getting to that next level.
Yeah.
We want to. The future holds is to organise in terms of keep consistency in terms of quality, making sure our quality is high. Increase our turnover of 100%, work with more children on a daily basis, and just keep positive. Like we are so positive in the office, and just keep that mindset every single day. And I think we can only.
What about for you though? What's the future hold for Leon Howard? Like
Me, it's just I would never say. I'm always going to be the motivator in a team. That's what I can see myself as potentially.
Who motivates the motivator?
I don't think we need it. I don't
Question.
think. Do we need it? Like, but you can say the same. I can't motivate myself to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But I can motivate myself to get up at 5 a.m. and go to the office.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Motivation
different.
in the gym,
Maybe
yeah.
that's a different podcast. But do you know what I mean? It's like, and I can see myself potentially moving into. At the moment, I'm very much finances and stuff like that. But moving into very much, we've systemizing our business in terms of bringing a lot of meetings, having a lot of meetings with the team, holding people accountable.
Just
and
kind of like managing director.
Yeah,
role,
managing the team rather than doing all the tasks. Like I'm still getting 40, 50 emails a day.
Yeah,
Like that's maybe some of them emails can be passed on. Just maybe
Yeah.
organising the team a little bit better and trying to get to that next level in terms of organisation and having the infrastructure in place to be able to do that. We don't want to. I always use the saying: we don't want to run, because then we'll go backwards. Sometimes
Yeah.
we want to start by walking properly,
Yeah.
and then we're going to run for it and then go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
That's the aim. That's the aim. That's my
Wicked.
aim as well.
Wicked. Sounds great, mate. Sounds great. Anything to add from
One
yourself?
final question from me, Leon. Right. So, how old's your daughter right now?
6.
So, when she is 18, what would you like her to say about her dad and the life that she's been given?
Yeah, well, she already does. She rocks a Superstar Sport pajamas and all sorts. Like, honestly, she
Yeah.
wears the football kit out randomly. Like, she don't even like football. but she's proud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can see that in her already. She's always tells people. We went to the car wash. She saw someone in a Superstar Sport, and she was like, "Dad, that's your company." Like,
Yeah.
she loves it, and that's what. I want to continue that. I want to continue her being proud, and hopefully we're aiming to become the biggest in the Midlands, if not already. And I wanted to just be proud of what.
When she's 18 years old and she's out talking to, someone, what do you think she's going to say about you and the life you've given her?
That he's worked very, very hard for it. That's what I'd probably say. He's worked very, very hard to give her and her mum the life that they deserve, really.
Yeah.
That's what I'd hoping she would say. Whether she will,
I'm sure she will. Absolutely,
I'm sure she will. But it's just got to keep working on it. That's what I always say to people. I'm never, and that's where it's maybe another podcast as well. But when are we ever happy?
Yeah.
I'm over the moon and happy and loving it.
But you want more.
But you want more. And when do we
Yeah.
ever? When do we ever get to the scene and go? We've got to where we are now. Perfect.
Really good place to finish. And I've got it's a one-word answer this year. So we're going to finish with a one question.
Yeah.
And it's been brilliant to speak to
great,
Leon,
yeah.
and you're absolutely smashing it, and you're an inspiration, and we love having you represent the network. You're running an incredible business, and the final question is this: when you started your business in September 2017, yeah, so we go back to June 2017, and we're talking to the owner of the biggest sports coaching company across the Midlands. And the question for the owner of the biggest sports coaching company across the Midlands is this. June 2017, when you made the decision to start your Superstar Sport business, you said yes. We go back in time with everything that you know. Would you start a Superstar Sport franchise again?
Yeah, 100%. With one word, so yes. Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Appreciate your time, mate. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.